What?
Okay, cool.
We back?
Yeah, we are back.
Blam. See, I materialized the blunt while y'all was gone.
Yeah, I
Shaq.
did this. Yeah.
Who? It
Did you
appears.
guys did you guys see the remake of the update of Candyman?
I did it.
No, I wanted to, and I just didn't see it yet.
It's pretty cool.
It was weak. It was about gentrification, bro. That movie was ass. That shit was a message. It wasn't a movie. Mad. Man, look, first
It's
off.
yo, you know what? You're thinking about I get it. Like they can't make movies like they did in the 80s. They just can't.
They can. They just
they can, but
Black Adam is a prime example of why movies can be what they used to be and still be good. Like,
I haven't seen Black Adam.
mad.
No, I haven't seen Black Adam either.
Yo, you know what? First off, y'all need to check that out because there was nothing but people of color in that movie. There was almost zero white folks in Black Adam. I was like, damn, son, this shit is lit, bro. Like, and I think that's why people. Well, actually, wait. Except for like Pierce Brosnan, but he's British, so whatever. He ain't American white. Well, what do I know, right? I'm just some guy. But yeah, Black Adam was dope. Y'all should go check it out. Straight up. Fuck what the critics say. It was fired. Rock killed it. But I will. If I had one critique for that movie, they had fucking doors. Okay, like the door was invented. Well, what do I know, right? I'm just damn near like the first thing. That was like the first thing we coined was the fucking door. That's it. That's if I had to critique one thing about Black Adam, it's that they had doors, bro. Like y'all gotta see the movie to understand. But it's like, damn.
You know, I plan to eventually see it, but DC sucks so much ass that they don't move me.
I feel you, but this one was good.
I know, I know. I keep hearing, oh, but this is the one. I'm like, okay, I get it, but DC has such a bad track record with me that I'm not in no rush to go see it. But I do want to go see it.
Now
I'm not rushing.
I 110% understand because
DC's been sucking ass.
Yeah, DC after that. Look, Batman Forever was it. That ruined DC's image completely. Like that shit killed it. You was doing. Batman Returns, the comic series, brought DC back to life, and then they ruined it with Batman Forever. Because Batman Returns was already bad. People did not like Val Kilmer.
And you know what? Being a comic book dude, I know that Black Adam is the bad guy to Shazam, and Shazam looks all campy. I didn't see Shazam, so this looks like. But okay, Ray. But even that this cool, that doesn't sound really enthusiastic right there. You're just like, it's cool.
But Black Adam was definitely not for little kids at all. That shit was lit. It was supposed to be rated R. You can see in the movie where, like, oh wow, I can see that this movie was supposed to be rated R. For sure.
So look how DC does it. DC sets up the good guy to be a campy. It's cool, but then turns around and sets up his villain to be the intense. Yeah, that sounds like the dopest version. Like, why didn't they hype up? I guess just anyway. DC.
Here's the problem, though. You gotta remember, though. Shazam's character is Billy Batson is a hero worshiper. He is gonna be a campy child. Like that's just what his character was. Adam is a 5,000-year-old warrior from ancient times. There's no way he's gonna be nice at all. Period. Like there's no way you couldn't. And you got the power of 6 gods with the knowledge of 6 freaking gods, ancient gods in your brain telling you, yeah, you just do whatever you want. No way.
And you yourself are ancient too.
Facts. No way you gonna be campy. Again, one of the things I will say I love about this movie is this motherfucker was for show like, hey, don't do that. There was no, let's talk about it. You want to do the bad guy speech? Don't do that. That was it. And that was shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like Black Adam is kind of a better character than Shazam is, anyways.
Way better. His story is better. I mean, the newer version of him being in Kondak is good. I did like the idea of Teth being from ancient Egypt. That was also really cool because it tied in that whole Egyptian mythology into DC proper. So I like that personally, you know. But if you want to say, hey, the dude's from Kondak, fine, that's cool too. I ain't mad, okay? I ain't mad. But overall, yeah, I genuinely enjoy Black Adam. This is going into my DVD collection right next to the Avengers as like actual good fucking comic book movie. Like it was solid. Like I have, and even as a comic book standpoint, I can't even find flaws in it. Like I was trying to pick it apart, and I was like, damn, you guys are hitting all the things that they say that the other movies, like every other movie that Zack Snyder did. Now I understand why they hated on him so much, because I saw this shit. And I was like, damn. Okay. Now I will say this though, it was a long movie. It was long, so
that's cool. That's cool.
But it didn't feel like it. I wanted more. You know, like when I left the Batman with Arpat, I wanted more of that. Like I like that. It was good. It was a good noir movie, which people always know a good Batman movie. I will say this though. He is a fucking detective. You know that, right? Like he had to be a detective before he got to be the ninja. Like, come on, man. Like, damn.
Yeah, I just can't take him serious as Batman.
Come on, man. I'm sorry. DC sucks ass, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, too many Batman movies.
Batman or Bruce Wayne.
Too many. Yo, you watch what Batman equals up to in the Justice League movie. In the big boss scene, he's ducking and dodging, and he says like he can't really do shit but go buy a bank. At the end of this, he goes buy a house. On, I could buy that though.
DC sucks ass, bro. Whereas Batman he's more badass in the comics.
Too many Batman movies.
Batman be doing some gangsta ass stuff. I just wish. I just want the gangster Batman. We've had campy Batman, we've had funny Batman, we've had complete comic-y, kapow Batman, we've had dark brooding Batman.
You know what?
Apparently we've had detective Batman. You know.
I could buy that though.
I'm Ben Affleck.
Like, bro, I feel
Batman boss.
I really do feel like Batman's been like thoroughly done, and like you really, I mean, they gotta give back. I think the most exciting Batman shit I've ever heard is when Batman actually dies, and everything else evolves around him, because they paint this guy to be just so invincible. It's just nuts.
I will be like Batman versus Wayne, the original story. Or Batman in the future. I really do feel before like Batman Beyond. Been, like, thoroughly done. This is Asby.
They gotta get back. I think
by a mutant, random ass mutant nigga beats his ass.
And everything else evolves.
That's Batman. But see, that's Batman Returns though. And that's why Batman Returns was so good, because it was based on act. It was like, yo, this is real shit. Like, yo, you a human being, bro.
Regular human being.
Like, you gonna die eventually, dog. You can't do this forever and shit. By Batman Returns, I remember reading that shit, and they had those panels where he walked, and you usually see like the creek coming out the floor panel on the comic, but it was coming out his knees, and I'm like, yeah, that's real shit.
That was the first time they showed Batman. He was at 55 in that book.
Right.
Yeah,
he was an old man.
He's an old ass man
trying to kick ass, but ain't got it the same way.
Yeah, in what was it, Dark Knight Returns, the movie, when you're in the hospital and the doctor was like, well, I've seen better cartilage in 80-year-old men. Oh, so that means mine's good. No, I've seen it. You don't have any more cartilage in your knees, dog. What have you been doing? Oh,
he's an old ass man.
Playboy stuff.
But you know, in some movies, bro, like, I know it's like, I know on the theme of Halloween and everything, but like, you just can't make scary movies. Like, you can't do it. Like, we're such a sensitive people that certain topics, they can't. I don't know. Like, you can't do like the Halloweens are played the fuck out.
That shit failed. That new one just failed.
Yo,
I just like Hollywood was not creative, and honestly, personally, I don't like seeing hella gore. Or I used to, like when it's hella cartoony, but now
bro,
I'm not fucking with like Saw.
I don't know. Like, you can't.
Saw's not even that bad. Saw's like lightweight.
Yo,
nah, bro, that's enough for me, bro.
The last series in a movie, I think that kind of resonated with the people was The Purge, and it was because of that era 45 was in, and it was so I mean, it had a sick premise, and it kind of made sense if you think about it. The people. One night out of the year, you just do a cleansing. Instead of worrying about homeless, you just kill them and get them out the streets. It's kind of like what they do already.
Kentucky, I think it is. They made second degree murder legal, so you can go out and kill people now.
Think about it. The people.
Yeah, they decriminalized murder. They decriminalized drugs. They decriminalized petty theft. They decriminalized a lot of shit. So if you guys want to go kill some people, go to.
Please Google that. Make sure that's a fact before we just send people out there.
I'm not even joking.
That's nuts.
Like Oregon decriminalized all drugs, right? But you don't hear shit coming out of Oregon because what's the point of doing drugs if it's legal? Like, it's terrible.
That's crazy.
Please Google that.
People out there. Oregon and get cough, flu, and crack.
And yo, even when you make these movies and stories, you have to have a sick premise, bro. You have to have a sick. I think people are really just twisted. They have some dark story. Has anyone seen that new series on Netflix? Chambers of Curiosity or some shit. The Cabinets of Curiosity or something. It's really cool. It's an 8 story. You have to have a sick premise. It is. There it is. Anytime soon. There. It's an 8-episode series on Netflix. It's pretty cool. Chambers of Curiosity or something. But it's like on some Twilight Zone type stuff. But it's pretty cool. Check it out. But I do feel like people still want to make horror movies, but it's a different type of horror.
Hey, you know what's crazy though? Two things. One, old school horror movies, like Age said, they use practical effects. That's why they were so good. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that first movie that they made back in the 80s, people literally went crazy because they filmed it in Texas in like 114 degree heat, and those was real dead bodies from India. So like those bodies that you saw in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre when you had them all at the table and shit, those was real. Those was some people who died. And the people who filmed it had to be around those decomposing bodies in the hot ass sun while filming that movie, and they literally lost their minds. Like,
that's crazy.
That is crazy shit.
Yeah, that's gross.
Right?
And, mad as fuck, boy.
To The Purge, that happened to some dude. Like, he was driving and he got into a car accident, and he went and got out and yelled at the lady, and then he got back in the car, and his wife was like, "Man, somebody should just take her out." And he was like, "I'm gonna go write a movie," and he wrote The Purge.
Wow, that's funny. It's like, somebody should just take her out right now.
Yeah,
just end it all.
I'm gonna go make a movie. Fuck it.
And you know what? Even with Squid Games, that's not a horror flick, but it's so my shit is tripping tonight. I'm gonna fix this. It's not.
Man.
And you know what? Even with Squid Games, that better. All right, so Squid Games isn't a horror flick, but it's so twisted with the premise that, I mean, I don't think it's nothing really new. People doing crazy things for money.
Is that coming back? Is Squid Games coming back?
There's a Squid Games 2 on the horizon.
Okay.
Hey man, Rings of Power is about to take a 2-year hiatus. Okay. Because it sucked. That man put $1 billion into that show, and it wasn't even a little bit scary. It was supposed like the Lord of the Rings, the orcs in the books was scary, like just some terrifying motherfuckers. Sorry, orcs.
Okay. Get the terminology down.
Facts. I'm not trying to get. Hey, remember, and just throw this out here, kids. I never read the Silmarillion, so don't rip me to pieces, okay? I am just a lonely traveler in the world of Tolkien, okay? Okay, I do not claim to be a scholar. All right.
Yeah, I feel it. You know, the kind of scary movies that I don't even like scary movies that much, like I said earlier, but the kind of like horror-esque movies that I like are like comedies. You know what I'm saying? Like Shaun of the Dead. That shit was funny.
That's funny. Great. I like Shaun of the Dead. That's hilarious. Yeah, I like when they was throwing records at him, dude. That had me going, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Dude was like, "That's a DJ right there." No, don't throw that one. Don't throw that record.
Yes.
It's funny. It's funny. So Evil Dead, the first one, that's comedy-esque, right?
Yeah, Evil Dead is funny.
Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah,
I
the
like
first.
The second one. I like when they put them in like
in Old Kingdom, in Evil Kingdom.
Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Also, hey, that is also Lovecraft. Okay, that's Lovecraft inspired. The Necronomicon that they use in the movie that is actually a book that was written by H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's summon Cthulhu, son. But yeah,
I'm surprised no one brought up Creep Show.
That's good.
Love Creep Show.
Creep Show is funny.
Hey, you know what scared the shit out of me as a kid? No lie, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, because I did not.
That was weird.
Yes, and it scared me because I didn't know what was happening. I was like, I am scared of my confusion. What was another one? So kind of like what Summer Man said, I don't necessarily go for like the horror movies like that no more, like the slasher flicks. Those are kind of worn out for me because they're just jump scares. I kind of like the survival thing where like the people are out in ass fuck nowhere and they gotta fight nature or some shit, and it's like a battle of survival against like, you know, nature or like a wild animal or some shit. Those type of horror movies are great because you literally, nature is so unpredictable, you never know.
Yo, the last genuine new movie that kind of freaked me out was Midsummer. Midsummer's nuts. If you guys ever seen it, it's like some homies who go to a Burning Man festival and they don't prepare for the festivities. If you never seen it, I encourage you go watch it, and I double dog dare you to finish it. Good luck. Midsummer is good. It's good. It's a good one for some recent shit.
Yeah, I like that series. We're gonna take it away from the white folks. Aw, fuck y'all.
Do you guys respect the classics like Dracula, Frankenstein? Do you guys know that those are public identities?
Yes, you can all Dracula, Frankenstein, werewolf movie, all that.
On your own, you can write your own story. Frankenstein, you can rewrite. I did want to rewrite Blackula, seriously.
Yo, imagine fucking Black. What's that dude who's a vampire killer?
Van Helsing.
Black Van Helsing.
Yep. I got a whole concept for it, bro.
Shift. Did any of y'all see Day Shift?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's that Jamie Foxx flick, right?
That was fucking what's his face? Full support kid. What's his name? Casey? Is that Casey Affleck? The other one. He's pretty funny. I forgot. That's the other Efron. He's pretty funny.
That's that Jamie Foxx flick, right? If you know what you're doing, writing vampire stories aren't complicated because there's so many rules already written about
vampires. Yeah.
Right.
Well, see, and that's
stuff that's creative too.
I think like a lot of new movies don't respect the lore. Like,
fucked up vampires.
Yeah, when Jason went to space in Jason X, a lot of people were like, "This is where the series died." I was like, you know what? I actually like this movie. You got fucking robots.
It made sense. It made sense.
Facts. They didn't even fucking like. Come on, like what? Where else you gonna go? Like what? Man, speaking of like funny ones, on Amazon, that shit is pretty cool. It's like a group of kids that go out into the wilderness, like in the hills and the Greenland hills and like Scotland and shit. And like it's fucking crazy. They come across this like cult, and they gotta like fight against the cult. That shit lit, bro. It's one of those movies where it's like, wow, this was unexpectedly good. And all right, cool.
Jason X made sense to y'all? I'm sorry, I kind of got stuck right there.
Yeah, I mean, yo, look, it was okay. Wild, right?
Okay, it was wild.
But according to Jason Moore, the nigga just comes back. You know what I'm saying? Whenever fuck shit is happening, he's just there and he comes to life, right? And then he dies at the beginning of the movie. And then they take his body and they put it on the ship and shit. And the way that he comes back is the fucking ship heals him. And with nanomachines. Heals his brain and shit like that. And reproduces him.
I mean, I guess.
According to like sci-fi shit, according to Jason shit, like Jason is not gonna die. He just can't die.
He can't. Yeah,
but he had like a mask upgrade and shit.
Yeah, right. Because the nanomachines rebuilt his body.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's like science fiction lore. That's like mixing horror with science fiction. It's not necessarily a pairing that I would have asked for, or that I would have thought like, look, hey, bro, you know what?
Look. I enjoyed the movie, but I don't think I enjoyed it half as much as you guys sound like you enjoyed it. It's aight. It's in.
Movie, man. I love that shit. I was like,
yo, it was like a Jason action movie.
Yes.
It was like Jason mixed with Terminator.
I know. I'm like, fuck.
That's the next frontier. Like the fucking Earth is dead. Like
Jason.
Like where is he gonna go? Earth is dead, bro. He ain't got nobody to kill, and the niggas come back and just rebuild his body and shit.
I don't know if y'all seen it. It was called The Collector.
The Collector was good.
I know.
Dude with the mask around, like, man, that movie was wildin', bro. I was like, yo, fuck that. Nope.
What about that movie 7?
7 was nuts.
Shit was crazy.
7 was nuts. The deadly sins, and then dude, I had his don't open the box. Don't open what's in the box, Jim. Like that shit was nuts.
Hey, y'all seen the Bone Collector with Denzel Washington?
And that was Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah, right? Yeah, that was dope.
That movie was lit.
The original Pet Cemetery.
Oh yeah, Pet Cemetery.
Do you know how many movies Stephen King really made? Stephen King's made. That's what I'm saying. Like all of Stephen King movies are not super hits. Like all of Jordan Peele's movies are not out the park. Did you guys see that new cartoon that Jordan Peele has on Netflix? Yeah, it's like it's a stop motion picture thing he did with somebody else. It's really cool, and I'll get the name of it, but it's on Netflix.
Okay. Look, if you're talking about comedy movies, and you know what it was? That Jason movie was just funny. It was ridiculous, and I knew it was going to be ridiculous when I first seen it. I was okay with that. Once you accept the fact that it's going to be ridiculous, it's way more fun. Speaking of ridiculous fucking movies, Scary Movie 1 and Scary Movie 2. I'll even throw in Scary Movie 3. After that, no. But Scary Movie 1, that shit was funny as hell.
Yeah,
that's still one of the funniest comedy scary movies I've ever seen in my life. The jokes, it was perfect for the time. They could never do that.
Yeah, which one was the one with the dude with the messed up hand?
That was 2. That was 2.
Yeah, that was hilarious. And they was
one
at the dinner table.
1 and 2.
A strong hand.
Right.
Hell no.
My germs.
Right. When Shorty ended up with that ghost chick, nigga, that shit was hella funny. Take the no, keep the bag on.
That was funny as fuck.
Oh my, Oh shit! That fucking movie was lit, bruh. Like, damn, yeah. Scary Movie 2 is that movie is a work of passion. You will never get anything like that again, ever.
Okay, so the show is called Wendell and Wild, and it is Jordan Peele's animated show, and it's like a Halloween version of Night Before Christmas. That stop motion stuff.
All right. Hey, Age, would you mind stepping a little bit back from the mic?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. So, Wendell and Wild on Netflix. Jordan Peele.
So we got like a list of things. Wendell and Wild. Brother was talking about Ken Lock today. Ken Lock seemed like it was gonna be pretty good. I didn't watch that yet. Yeah. Speaking of classics, I like some of the Japanese horror films. You know what I'm saying? Like Ichi the Killer. Ichi the Killer is one of my favorites.
Yeah, Ichi was good. I never really went for the Japanese horror movies, but as far as horror animes go, not Evangelion, but Elfen Lied definitely comes to mind. Okay. One of the more newer ones. Yeah, Attack on Titan. That's a good horror anime. Especially,
it is. Like, I mean, if you're talking about horror anime, Hellsing, bro, come on.
Yes. Hellsing, Abridged though is
that's the best.
That's just the best shit ever. So like, you should just watch that and then go watch the regular one because the regular show is so serious. Oh my god.
Right. No, it adds a lot of context too.
Facts. What's another good one?
Did you guys see like The Ring and when you talk about overseas horror, because The Ring and the other movie with that girl, those are like their Jason, the girl with that swooped over with her hair, like
you talking about the girl that came from like a well or something.
Yeah. The well, The Ring
was corny to me.
No, brother. But look, if you peep, The Ring and the girl that comes from the TV and the girl that comes from the well, they actually had a movie where those two fought. It's like a Japanese underground movie, and I saw it at a comic book convention. But it's a rarity. But you should try to find it, unlike some bootleg. Yeah, but it's those two girls, and if you look, those two girls are basically identical because it's the same hunchback girl ghosting. That's really that's like their Jason for us. That's as common Jason is for us. The girl that's slumped over with long hair, that's overseas, super spiritual shit.
The remake was one Japanese horror movie with Sharon Michelle Gellar not too long ago. It's like that little boy, the ghost boy, like you said, is major horror staple. It went over okay. It was alright. It didn't do very well in the States because, again, people have different interpretations of fear in different countries. Speaking of overseas fear, again, I won't go back to Hellraiser because that's a British guy. That's a British thing. Hellraiser, in my opinion, is probably the sickest shit you could ever read as far as a graphic novel goes. And if you really delved into the Hellraiser shit, I kind of fell into that. Wow, it's just bad. Another good American horror, Spawn. That was a good action.
Spawn's good. Action horror.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the new Hellraiser, the remake, the latest one?
No, not yet.
I might take it. I plan to.
It's on. I would say the last 15 minutes are super righteous, but it's a slow grind. But the last 15 minutes, good luck. I'll say that. It's a trip.
Hey, underrated one, but we gotta throw it out there for my man. Okay, Ghost of Mars. All right, underrated horror. A lot of people hated it, but Ice Cube was in it, so we gotta give it 2 points. Okay, all right. Probably my all-time favorite horror movie. Definitely in my top 3. I Am Legend.
Oh yeah, I Am Legend was fire.
God, I watch that movie all day, every day. Sam.
Bro, what's up, bro? What was your opinion on it?
No. I'm just. Those movies are funny. It's just that I don't know. I never thought those movies were really like scary, but they are. I guess they are considered horror.
It's like horror, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's what makes it good. It's like intermediate horror. Like if you want to watch something that got enough action to make you be like, whoa, and enough scare to be like, all right, keep you on your toes. You watch I Am Legend. Like that shit is like the perfect pilot, bro.
So is Aliens considered horror, or what is that?
Yeah,
Aliens is definitely horror.
That's another classic. That's another classic.
That is of the space horror phenomenon that was horror in space was Alien. And it's crazy to think that the xenomorph in film is considered the perfect killer. Think about that. Like, out of all the creatures in all the universe, the xenomorph is considered the scariest. That's crazy.
Yeah, right.
Yo, do you know?
After you
You know, I Am Legend. The original story was with vampires, and like, then it became zombie type things. And you know, it was like Omega Man.
Yeah, Omega Man. Yeah.
Omega Man. Yeah, that was the original take for me.
And then there was some black chick with this afro, and all the little dudes, all the night walkers had like fucking black, typical 80s horror, black clothing and white skin. I'm like, yep, vampires. You don't even need to, and they will chase this one man down. The Omega Man. Yeah, that shit was good.
What happened to Tremors and Critters?
Critters both was good.
Yeah, Tremors was great. Tremors is like probably the best, like, oh my god, shock horror you could ever imagine. Because who the fuck would ever think like a graboid? Like, what the is that? Is that?
Did you guys like Puppet Master with the little puppets fucking up shit?
Puppet Master was nice.
Puppet Master fucking up people, the little dolls and shit.
Those
the dude with the little
scariest dolls.
The dude with the little hair with the big ass hands that would just beat the shit out of you.
Oh yeah, right. Be mad, boy.
Have you seen a Spell? That's a new black horror movie. That shit was good. It was good old school black. Okay, it was one of those things that got that shit was great.
Like Skeleton Key, kind of like on that level.
I don't think I've seen Skeleton Key.
Has anybody seen Skeleton Key?
Never seen Skeleton Key.
I've seen Skeleton Key, but I don't remember it much.
Okay.
I feel like it was decent when I seen it though. Skeleton Key, I think, like might be one of those hidden gems.
Yeah, it was hidden. It was trippy towards the end. It was one of them kind of movies. It was like kind of like Orphan, kind of on that level.
Yeah, Orphan was good. I like when horror movies have good twists. You know, when they're written well. And I feel like a lot of the older ones, especially, they had good twists. They ended well, and they made sense for the most part. Especially like the older ones, like the first ones.
See, you have to understand, when you do a scary movie in the 80s or something, once it's out in the universe, you're no longer scared of that concept. So if it's done correctly, you enjoy that scare, but you can't revisit it because you're not scared again. Like exorcism movies don't hit the same after you've seen Exorcist. They just don't. Think about all the things you've seen for the first time. Like, oh shit. And then you see the sequels and the remakes, and it just doesn't hit the same because you're not scared like that.
Hey, y'all remember Paranormal Activity?
That was good.
Exorcism movies don't hit the same. But I was gonna say all the things you've seen for the first time. To what age said about the concept of like fear and how you can't be scared after you've seen something again, and how that feeling, like you said, the reason why the like I just said, Paranormal Activity movies fell off, right, over time is because once you've seen the concept, it's not scary no more. How many times is some books gonna fly in some old lady's house before I'm like, all right, well, maybe I should move. What the fuck is that?
Yo, and if you peep, there's never been a black family that had their house possessed. Cause niggas is be like, movie ended, I'm out. Like, nigga, movie ended, 3 minutes.
Hey, but Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft, yeah, but that's different though. These people, they were born into magic. I mean, they had that concept coming into it. It's just, again, like I said, I can't stress this enough. You could be thinking, I'm gonna summon a nice little dog. He's probably gonna be this big. And you end up summoning a fucking chupacabra monster. And you're just like, well, shit. I guess I must have mixed up one of those L's with an N, and now the whole universe is fucked. I'm sorry. My bad, guys. Like, nah, bro, it's not your bad. Yo, what?
Yeah, that's why I can't mess with that kind of stuff. I'd be mad, boy. You trying to summon some stuff and need some old crazy shit.
Here's one. Have you guys ever played with the Ouija board? Have we ever asked that? Have you guys ever played with the Ouija, or know somebody personally who has played with the Ouija board around you?
Say something before we continue this conversation?
Please do.
The Ouija board is a toy that was created by Hasbro for children. So before you ask if anybody's ever, I'm just letting y'all know that.
No. Okay, look, the Hasbro version. No. Okay, hold up. The Ouija board Hasbro put out in a box. That was the mainstream version. But the Ouija board was out before that, like decades before that, bro.
Nah, they really made it up. Like how Listerine made up halitosis. They made up the whole history of it, bro. I'm not even joking. Like, go look it up. They really did a whole documentary on this shit, bro. Like, it's real. Like, you would be surprised how many toys and shit from back in the day these motherfuckers made up history for it. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, it blows my mind. Like, I felt bad for a lot of the kids back in the day who bought all these toys and things, right? Because they thought like Pet Rock. It's like the Pet Rock scenario, bro. That's what the Ouija board was. It was a toy that was sold. They tricked us. You see, and this is the shit that I be talking about. They manipulated us, right, with fear into buying something, right? And we did it. And then they keep doing this shit over and over and over and over and over again. It's fucking wild. And it became a staple in American minds that the Ouija board was some supernatural thing, when in fact, they knew it was a toy with magnets in it.
Okay, bro. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to have to take an L with that one, because I'm, as a Catholic who's grown up in the religious church, I'm deathly afraid of Ouija boards hold up. And I'm going to just put an asterisk by it. In my family, we do not play with that. They're not welcome in the house. Grandma will not let them in the house. We do not play. And if you notice in all those Ouija board movies, it is never a black family who plays with those.
I know.
Because black people know, you know what I'm saying?
Because, you know,
how power works and how thought works. Like that. We're like, no, we're not fucking with
bro, I'm going to put it out there. Black people are religious even if we don't go to church. Niggas are spiritual creatures even if we don't attend church one Sunday. Niggas know about God. Niggas know about hell. It's in our DNA even if we don't attend church. So we don't play with Ouija boards, bro. We don't. It's just like that's a no-no in the black family.
I mean, again, like, it's so interesting now that we talk about this, because like I said, time and time again, the concept of magic and the supernatural is interesting, but it comes from a time when we as a species were ignorant, not people, species. That slowly changed over time and we became more rational, but in that time of undiscovery, people just started throwing shit out there, like mermaids, right? Like, you know, the manatee, the sea cow, that's actually what a mermaid is. Like, the legends of the mermaid is the manatee, the sea cow. But, right, how did it get this legend? Why was it so popular? Why did the sea cow get hunted to damn near extinction? Right? You gotta ask yourself that. Like, what do manatees even do? They don't do shit. But they were easy to catch, and blowholes are awesome. So yeah, you can just put 2 and 2 together, and
okay, well, I got one for y'all. On the Halloween night, let me ask y'all straight up: do you guys believe in ghosts?
I mean, to a certain extent. I feel like I've seen some extracurricular activities before.
Speak on it, bro. Black Man Meat. Speak on it. It's your podcast, my guy.
Yeah, I've heard multiple stories, and even my sister heard stories. I told y'all about that tape earlier. I was there. I remember it happening, and I was like, "Nah, bro."
Nah, bro.
I was like,
"What about you?" Okay.
Nope.
Bro, what about you, bro? Do you believe in ghosts? What's up, bro?
I believe that if you believe in them, they're real.
Hey.
So, okay, good. I'm sorry, I'm gonna put a little more pressure on you because I love you like this. What's up, bro? Do you believe? Okay, so do you believe in ghosts?
Hey.
I personally don't.
Okay. Okay. Not even an inkling? Jeez. I believe in ghosts like Najee. Like, I believe I've seen like deceased loved ones pass.
Spirits, you know what I'm saying? Things like that.
I don't believe they're like, ooh, like in paranormal, but hey, I'm not fucking with Ouija boards and, you know, all this extracurricular shit, so.
No, not that kind of shit. Look, I remember this one time, I was sleeping, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning at my grandma's house. Me and her both heard hella dishes crashing in the kitchen. Hella dishes, hella loud, plates breaking, glass breaking, all this kind of stuff, right? We both wake up, we go to the kitchen, ain't nothing but a plastic fork on the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was, bro.
Damn.
And it was hella loud. Right in our kitchen. And we both heard it. You know, it's like I said, it's dark. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting up to check on it. My grandma's right there behind me. I'm like, all right, bro. So I'm not tripping. You know.
Damn.
Definitely was a sound.
What's up, Dre? Dre, what's up, bro? Believe in ghosts? What's up?
Look, man, I don't believe in shit, but I will say this: this world is too big. Believe. Like, I ain't gonna say that there are ghosts, that there aren't ghosts, but I will say this, and this is facts. Whenever we, as a people, like individuals, are pushed to our ultimate limit, like we need to survive, there is a thing called the third man phenomenon where you will see like loved ones or past people, someone in your life that was a super like inspiration to you, a motivation to you. They will come to you and push you forward. Like that's facts. That is not a supernatural thing. That's just a mental phenomenon that we as people do. If you ask anybody.
Right. So you're saying your ancestors will come and give you a spiritual boost?
Not a spiritual boost, but like think of it like this. Like let's say that you are you're in a desert and you've broken your arm and you gotta walk 50 miles to get help, right? You make it that 25 and now you damn near dying. You will get that voice or a person, an image or whatever you need to push you forward, that will come to you. So like if it's like your grandma will appear in front of you and be like, all right, you gotta keep pushing, like you gotta keep moving, you gotta keep going, you gotta like push forward. If you ask anybody who has survived like being like inside of a burning building, right, and it pushes them to run out the building, they will tell you, yeah, like my grandma was like right there with me and she was like, you gotta go, or like my uncle, my cousin or whatever. That is real. That is very real. Like, so that's just lit. Like that's all.
I gotta just call that a ghost or different terms. Like it's different terms, but the same text, same image. Your image, like an ancestor from your past, intervenes with you?
It would have to be somebody that you know, and they could be alive or dead. It doesn't matter, but they will like that. That will happen to you. That is just facts. So that's if you want to consider that to be like visits from ghosts, hey, I'm with you. I'm not gonna deny that, nor am I gonna say that that's not true. All right, like, but that is just what I know of it.
I feel you. So look, let's take it a little bit deeper. Spiritually. What do we believe? What do y'all believe spiritually?
Spiritually?
Ooh.
Like I said 1,000 times, and I'm gonna say it to the end of time. I am a pagan. Okay, I believe that there are things in this world that we just don't know. And if these motherfuckers out there worshiping the trees and the forest and life and doing all that shit, and they lived longer than we did, and they was happier than we are now, then shit, obviously they was doing something right. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
Well, I'm a twisted version of Catholic because I believe in the Lord, but I don't believe in the Bible word for word. I believe like in the message of the Bible, not the words. Be good to. It's like an altered version of. It's like I don't know how to call it because I don't know if there's actually a term for that, but. I have faith, but I also don't believe the Bible because the Bible's been rewritten by a man's hand. And I actually had somebody get into a whole debate with me about that. Like, how can you be a Catholic and not word like the Bible and word for word? I'm like, yeah, whatever. So, yeah.
Hey, you know what, Ed? You should have been like, sir, if you read the Bible, you would know that God says you need to have a personal connection with him. So I don't need to read your book to do that. You walk away. That's all you gotta do. Be like,
and I do feel like I do have that relationship with him too, or her. Yeah.
And then great. Like,
bro, what's up? What's up, bro? What do you feel?
I'm kind of like in the middle, man. I'm not really sure either way. So I kind of really don't speak on it much because it's kind of like I go. It could, I don't know. I just, I ain't never see God, so I mean, I can't really tell you. I mean, a book is written. I can write a book, and 200 years from now, everybody can think I'm God.
Facts.
And that's kind of how I feel about Bibles. Is like millions of different versions of Bibles, Torahs, and all kinds of books. So I'm kind of like in the middle. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know.
Yep.
And then you get around certain people. Then if you're not speaking their truth, they get so offended because they're like, I'm like, bro, like the more you know about religion, the more you don't know shit.
That's what I used to believe that, but it's more like the more you know about people, the more you know about religion. Because there's too many religions out there that are actually made up. Like, as much as I love Odinism, and I can sit here and tell you how in Odinism we believe that Yiskimir died in his body. But that was made up.
I know. I mean, look, you know what it takes to start a religion?
Yeah.
2 people. All it takes is 2 people.
Facts.
Like the spaghetti monster religion, bro. Come on.
Yeah, bro. It takes 2 people to start a religion, bro. It's not.
That's why I think that's why I find it so interesting. Like I said before, like I could sit here and tell you the history of paganism, and then I can tell you that shit was created by Scottish kings, okay, to get fucking villagers to go get in boats and sail across the ocean to go die. Right? And that'd be no different than me telling you that Moses created Jesus to get the fucking Israelites to get up and go march out and die. Like, it is no difference in the story because they all have the same path. We just need you to get up and move somewhere else. That's it. They all have one synchronized focus, okay? I need all of you to come with me. That's it. Like at the core of religion, that's what it is. If you follow me, then cool. If you don't, then man, roll the dice, bro. On that whatever. I mean, and then again though, when you think about humans as a whole, we have the power over so many other creatures. Like a rabbit couldn't kill a person, you feel me? But a deer can, right? A fucking house cat kitten couldn't kill you, but a mountain lion could, right? That's wild to think, right? Imagine if you had that power, you walk around just be like karate chop, and then mountain lions died. Like, what would you do with that? How would you feel? Great. I'd feel great. Shit, I don't know about you. I just run around this one. Yeah. Who dares? Who dares? Karate chopping everybody. Tripping. Like, bro.
Then on some religion hype, you know, we all have God-like tendencies. We can create life, but we're not God. You know, they're all people above us, the highest. But and everyone has their own definition, bro. So, you know, but having faith is important.
It is, and I think everybody should have their own faith. I don't think that people should be tied down by anything. Like when someone's telling you what to do, you ain't living your life. You living their life, and now you wondering why your life sucks and their life is doing good. Well, because they telling you how to live your life. Fool. But hey, you do you, man. You do you. But no, on a different tip, it's so interesting, right? Because somebody asked me the other day, do you think that there could be life on Mars if Elon went to Mars? And I'm like, well, here's the thing. To have life, you need a lot of components. Number one being water, and number two being storms, which, yes, Mars has storms, but you need lightning storms. And that is literally the building blocks of life. Here's something interesting to think about. We are now in our, I want to say maybe fifth or seventh real iteration of human beings, right? And in this iteration of humans, we are about average 5'7", about average 200 pounds, right? Average person. Yet and still, we can be defeated by microscopic organisms such as germs and viruses. Do you ever wonder why? Do you ever just sit there and wonder, like, how come we can't filter out the one thing that
you don't even know how to stop colds yet?
Facts. That seems to be really wiping us out, right? And it's so crazy to think this, but it is one answer, and that answer is the water. In water, right, there is microscopic bacteria. Before the earth was what it is today, these microscopic bacteria lay dormant in a giant ball of ice until they weren't. Got struck with lightning. Now we got fish. And those fish one day became people. Ain't that fucking crazy? And it just all goes.
So you're saying you're saying we came from the fish then? That's what you're saying. That's what.
Chicken or the egg was the fish.
Facts. It was the bacteria. We all came from bacteria, and that's what seeded life. But that is literally, and I'm not even joking. That's the building blocks of the universe, nigga. Without bacteria, there would be no life. Period. At all. Period.
Single cell organisms.
Yes. Or not necessarily bacteria, but also like viruses, things like that. But
I call it like protobacteria.
Protobacteria, yes. Those things create the building blocks that is life. We just did I just had a whole science class right now.
Speaking of science, I feel like I'm kind of in an interesting position because my faith is really in science and stuff that's concrete and tangible. But as far as like, moving forward and what I believe in, right? But spiritually, I definitely believe in a higher power. I believe in the Most High, and I believe that we're all like an aspect of the Most High, reflections of the Most High, and that we're all kind of in this universe, this multiverse, this existence together, acting together and independently, And so, as I see myself as like God body, I see everybody, I see everything as God body. Something that comes from the Rasta way of thinking, I and I. Like you and me is the same as I and I is the same as the God that's in the sky. You know what I'm saying? Because we're aspects of, and we're reflections of, and we're pieces of, and we're trying to all work together to build this, higher, unified thing, this beautiful thing that we want to create. I value life really high. I value myself really high. I value principles, things like that, because I feel like they're a part of what I consider my own mission. I think at the end of the day, people can be connected to whatever they're going to be connected to. I think it's important for us to understand the psychology of human beings and why these religions and ways of belief have, shown up. Because I feel like sometimes we need them to have faith. We need to have something to be able to turn to remind us of ourselves. And I think that's like on a psychological level. But to me, on a spiritual level, it's that connection to the Most High, that really guides me. And it's kind of like a knowing without knowing. Many times in life, I think oftentimes I just know what to do. I just know where to be. And I follow that. You know what I'm saying? And of course, there's probably science shit that's going on in my brain, calculations and shit that are going on in my brain that bring me to this point of knowing. But when I have this kind of like feeling that's not even a real tangible feeling, just this kind of like pull, and I follow that, the right things happen every time without fail.
I think there's like a common laws of the universe that overlap all religions. Like, treat people like how you want to be treated. That's bigger than a Bible. That's just like a code of the universe. Respect those, respect others, don't steal from your brothers, but steal from the establishment if you had to.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I definitely like that though, that whole we are connected way of thinking. I mean, shit, the Yggdrasil connects all the 9 realms, right? And the tree of life in the Bible is the thing that was spurred Adam and Eve to being, who we are today, or who they were then. Technically they would still be alive, but hey, what do I know? I'm not a scientist. But that whole connected way of thinking, man, that's something I definitely subscribe to. As I said it many times, we are all free under the eternal blue sky, bro. Mm-hmm. Like we are literally all connected. Like, man.
Right, we are as we should be. And what I lean on spiritually, right, also intellectually, is ancient Egypt. And I lean on this because of the way that they structure themselves, right, religiously. One thing that people don't realize is that they had all these gods and these deities, but they didn't think of them the same way that we think of like the God in the Bible today. They knew that these were names for things that actually existed in real life. And they made them human so that they could recognize themselves in this thing that they created, and they gave them human properties to make it easier for people to understand what this thing is, because it's so much bigger and so much vaster than ourselves, right? And they believed in science, and they understood how the world worked. They understood how water worked. They understood how land worked, how the sun worked, how seasons worked, and that they became masters of their universe, or masters of their experience, to create something, that is, like, again, beneficial and unifying for all of us. Because instead of having this pyramid, right, hierarchy where somebody's on the top and everything comes down, they had heliocentric. They had heliocentric belief system, which meant everything was on the same plane, right? Something may be in the middle or something, but we're all equal across the board, and we just have different positions, in this life, different jobs, different responsibilities.
Which, again, why I say it is fucking impossible for them to have had Hebrew slaves. They had a Hebrew work for it. I'm sorry, like
y'all, slaves.
They weren't
slaves. They didn't have that language in their lexicon.
They just worked there.
It was indentured servants, bro. It was indentured servitude, and niggas was free afterwards.
Facts. Like that, people don't understand. Like, bro, y'all know that. So you telling me that this fucking empire, because Egypt was an empire, wasn't just one spot. This empire was like, all right, bro, we about to divert millions of pounds of fucking food that we don't got to people that we don't like after we beat you, and then we gonna tell you to go out there and do what we need you. Ain't nobody gonna do that shit. They'll be like, bruh, you out your mind. First you feed us, then you beat us, then you tell us to go work. Nah, that ain't happening.
Not this hot Egyptian sun, bro.
14 degrees out there. Timmy just passed out, and fucking old Frank, he talking about having diarrhea. I'm out this motherfucker, man. Fuck y'all. Like, bro, they'd have been out quick, bro. Like, nah, bro, it's bad. But what you said though earlier about them making them human, that's hella funny, because like in ancient Greece, right, which is why Horus and Anubis and all of them have like eagle heads and jackal heads, but human bodies. That shit, right? Like, but the ancient Greeks used these names like Mount Olympus and things like that to explain the different celestial bodies in the solar system. Like Pluto is actually Hades, Aries was Mars, Zeus was Saturn. These things were all of these things to help people understand, like he said, to help people understand what they were. In Africa, how they explain animals. Like animals were a very big thing in Africa, right? Even today, there's still, if you go to certain villages, people still believe that hyenas carry the souls of their dead ancestors, which is why they do not bury their dead. They let the hyenas get them, and then because hyenas laugh. Haha, that's funny, right? But this is just one of the many superstitions that, like you said, carried over from a time that, like I said, when we were as a species more ignorant to things, like vampires, for instance. This is a fun one, right? So vampires were created out of fear of a old plague. It swept through like 12th century Europe. It was pretty interesting. It made you very pale. You bled out of your orifices, mainly your eyes, and for some strange reason, you had this weird tendency to not want to go outside in the sun. Like anyone who went out in the sun would just like scream hysterically for no reason. And this is what caused people to believe in vampires and vampirism.
But isn't Dracula is a real warrior who used to punish his victims by putting a stake in the ground and sticking the stake through someone's anus and let you slowly drag down on it by weights, and he impaled all of Dracula.
Vlad the Impaler.
Vlad the Impaler. That's where Dracula came from.
So Vlad the Impaler was a real person, right? And his story is what inspired Bram Stoker to make Dracula. Like George A. Romero, who made Zombies, he was inspired by some old...
By Vlad.
Yeah, he was inspired by vampires and that old Frankenstein book, because that was written hell long ago. Like, a lot of people don't realize that, but Frankenstein is old. Like, that shit is...
super old, by Anne Frank.
Like, old world, like, book.
Yeah, Anne Frank was like 19 when she wrote that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there. Like I say, like werewolf, the idea of the werewolf. Today you can look this up. There's a disease. It's called lycanthropiness. It causes you to grow hair all over your body, right? The reason giants is another one. Remember, we are only 5 foot now. Back in the day, the average height of man was like 3 foot to 4 foot, right? Yeah. So now you see a 6 foot tall dude, right? You gonna think he's a giant. I don't give a shit who the fuck you are. If you ever seen like Hullabaloo next to regular people, imagine that nigga next to Shaq. Like, that is what people used to look like. Like, that's the difference in height. Okay? Like, we didn't just get, like, again, dwarves didn't just come about. Like, they didn't just pop up one day, oh, just some random mutation because of fucking radiation. No. They've been here for forever. Like everybody else. So, you know, it's just wild to me. Like, people, that's just crazy. Like, what? So you mean to tell me that gigantism just became a thing now? Like, motherfuckers wasn't born back in the day with schizophrenia. Like, niggas wasn't running around with like mental disease and shit. Everybody's just born healthy, right? It's perfectly fine. Everything was great. No, we just got names for a lot of stuff in this century because science became more prevalent now. So, yay science for helping us get away from foolish things and not end up like those poor kids who died in the Boxer Rebellion. Everything was great.
Yeah, right.
We just got names for a lot of stuff in this
century. So it's almost about that time. I think we should start wrapping it up. I think we had a pretty good conversation today.
It's been good.
Touched on a lot of topics. We got the stream up right, the right way, all the way right. Was having an echo before. Fixed that shit. So now our stream is A1.
We didn't even have time. We started the show so soon. We didn't even have time to welcome Summerman back because he left us. You know, he went to go hang out with his real friends. But welcome back, bro. You know, welcome back to the show. You know,
that was last week. Yeah, we missed you last week, bro.
Yeah, me and Age, we held it down the best we could. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I wasn't.
It was fun. It's not the same without you, though.
Facts. Chat did not represent while we was away. You was away, so there's that. Yeah, I'm calling y'all out. Okay.
That's funny. Last week, yeah, we missed you last week. We were doing something Friday. It was lit though.
Facts.
Man, my schedule's been crazy. I'm trying to chill out.
I too.
Hey, before I forget, are we doing okay.
On Friday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This Friday, huh?
This Friday.
Hey. Yeah, boy.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna invite some people out. See what we can get popping.
Jeez, I know that shit's been coming by quick.
So that's what I said. I was telling you, Age, at the beginning. Did it this way because I knew what it was like.
The task of
think about the task of just once a fucking month.
Yo, my nigga.
And then I was like, let me multiply the task of this once a month 4 times. No.
I'm gonna tell you that ugly Sundays is getting ugly for us.
Negatory.
It gets ugly for us to even pull up.
Yo, right? I'm bro. I know.
Yeah, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm gonna tell Age like this because Age rolled with me once when I did a gig. Imagine if we had that gig on Saturday that I had in Stockton, trying to do Ugly Sunday the next day.
Can't do it, bro. It's fucking too much. It's too much.
Not happening.
No, it's not. See, maybe when I was a young man and I didn't have responsibilities, I didn't have responsibilities. You feel me? It'd have been cool. It'd have been alright. I could have thugged it out and I would have. But now that I'm older, now that the society has changed, I as a man can take care of myself and not overcommit to shit that I don't want to and shit that I don't need to.
Bro, you know what? I tell my youngins that, bro, have fun. Do it when you're young because you get older, bro. You still want to, but your body be like, no.
No, your body's like, no. My schedule is like, no. You know, I know that my energy is limited.
Yeah.
I'm like a battery. I'm like a cell phone. All right. When I'm at 100%, I'm at 100%. I fucking work all the way down to like 2%, bro. But I gotta charge myself up, you know, and I gotta be mindful. If I've been watching Netflix on my shit all day, my shit's gonna be going down quicker. You know?
If I'm watching Netflix all day, wow.
Right? Well, why you look watch Netflix on your phone, play a game on your phone, your shit gonna be dead soon as fuck. So you got to recharge sooner. You feel me?
Man,
every week, bro. I remember The reason I knew is because of the fucking cipher, and I did that shit every week. You know, rain, sleet, snow, hell, whatever, bro. Zombies. I was there, and it was fun, and it was dope. And then I was like, damn, that's a lot of work. Okay, yeah. Especially to be the lead organizer of, and to continue to be creative.
To do all the shit all the time. No, I'm good. No, you're right.
No. It's a different time period, you know. And I feel like a lot of us are way more busy even than we were like 10 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hella more busy.
And then, you know, it's a double-edged sword. I think it's good that we're busy. I'm glad that we got things to do. I think it's important to have things to do. But also, we got things to do. And so we gotta factor that in energetically. Like if I do this, that, and the third, how much of my battery is gonna be left at this time? How much am I gonna be able to recharge? You know, am I gonna be able to get a full 100% between here and here? You know? Or am I gonna only have 55% between here and here? And so
Naj, how's Emil doing?
He's doing better. He's doing better. His spirits are up. You know, his ankle's still out of commission, but he ain't really slowed down too much. You know, he still be trying to do hella stuff, and I be trying to I be telling him like, hey man, nah bro, let me handle this, or let somebody else handle this, delegate this shit. You feel me? Which one came at the very end.
Tell myself what's up.
Man, and then
I know, I told Rich.
Monty J says in the chat that the cipher used to be walkable and barterable, and she used to walk from the cipher on 15th from her mom's house. Yeah, I know where her mom's house is at. That's right. She was doing a thug thizzle back then too, and that is cool, but it takes time, man. It takes effort, it takes energy. But welcome, Butch. Sadly, we actually about to get up out of here. You want to tell us your favorite horror movie?
I showed up late. I was hanging out with the homies and shit. I was hanging out with my nigga Zig. You know what I mean?
Happy Halloween, bro.
Happy Halloween, my nigga. I just want to say something, and you all disagree with me if you want. You from the Bay, you a motherfucking ratchet. All of you, nigga. You, me, AIDS, all of us. You a ratchet. Ratchet culture damn near came from here. You a ratchet. If you reading this right now, you disagree, I don't care. You want to know why you mad? Because you a ratchet. You right here from the Bay, ratchet. Me, ratchet. Your mama, ratchet. Everybody in this chat, ratchet. That chick down the street, ratchet.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that, Butch? Butch, why do you say that everyone's ratchet like that?
Because the Bay Area, ratchet culture come from the Bay Area.
That's funny. I think a lot of things come from the Bay Area. And look, I feel like, I say it all the time. People, they see me and they think I'm hella conscious, and I am, right? But at the same time, I love fucking hood music. I love some good ass music. I can't help it. It's in my fucking blood.
George Lucas is from the Bay, and he real talk. If you actually look at the shit he be doing, that motherfucker kind of ratchet too, bruh.
It happens. I mean, we can't help but be who we are.
Let's break down the story of Star Wars in a way. That's such a Bay Area story. You're like this farm boy nigga that meets this like spiritual like stoner dude who tells you the force and all that shit, and then someone goes up and pops your fucking aunt and uncle, and then you fucking go and meet your drug dealer homie and his partner and shit like that, and they give you a ride somewhere, and then you get pulled in by the government. Then you meet somebody who's a rich chick, has political connections, and you get together, and then you try to overthrow the government. That's not a Bay Area story. I don't know what the fuck is.
No, it is. It is.
That's ratchet.
Star Wars is a Bay Area ass story, some shit like that. Real talk, like it really is, bro. It's a Bay Area ass story. There's no other way Star Wars could be written if it was not in the Bay Area. This motherfucker was even Star Trek. That's not a fucking. I mean, come on, bro. Like motherfucker in the Midwest, but you know the fucking the base for Starfleet Command is in San Francisco, bro.
That's funny. That is funny as fuck. Nah, you're right. You're right. Like I ain't gonna deny.
No, Star Wars ain't a Bay Area story, bro. Han Solo was a drug dealer, bro.
He was.
Hey man, just remember, Oakland is immortalized forever. Okay, we are
bro. The Bay Area is Corellia, bro. Watch Star Wars. Watch the Han Solo movie. He's riding around Corellia. Tell me that's not the Bay Area, bro.
I'm mad. I'm weak.
That's crazy.
Tell me something Bay Area, my nigga. Coruscant is fucking New York.
You heard my boy said Coruscant is New York. It makes a lot of sense, bro. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Australia is Bay Area, bro.
Jeez.
But,
okay.
You know, we touched on it a little bit.
Tatooine is Modesto.
Psychology, my brother. Human beings is human beings, and we can't stop being human. Humans do as humans do.
Yeah. Tatooine.
I think the world is the way it is because we want it to be that way. Whether we accept it or not, whether we admit it or not.
Yeah, straight up. I know I popped in here late. I was kicking my nigga Ziggy and shit. You know what I mean? About to move tomorrow. I love y'all guys. I know you about to get up out of here.
Yeah.
I just want to come by and be ratchet for a minute because I'm a ratchet because I'm from the Bay Area. Born and raised in San Jose and Stockton. You know what I mean?
Be safe out there, Halloween, on this Halloween night, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny. I went to a party the other day and I didn't really have a costume, so I just bought a ski mask. So I would put a beanie on, be like, "Who are you?" And I just pull the mask down and be like, "Put the money in the bag."
That's funny.
Oh, I go.
What did you guys want to be?
That was Bishop.
You're a Bishop?
Mm-hmm. My
I
partner was
can
Storm.
hell see you being Red Hood for some reason. I don't know why. I got
Red Hood. That's funny.
Red. I did Red Hood once. I did Red Hood for one Halloween.
I can hell see you being Red Hood. I don't know why. I can hell see you being like Red Hood with come out with the deuce nigga. The bop 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 bop.
Yeah, look, I could be Red Hood. It's funny you say that. I've been playing this game Gotham Knights, and Red Hood's my favorite character in that game.
I can see you being a Zazel.
Oh, my boy said Azazel. Yeah, hey, I'll fuck with that. That'll be some sick shit.
And then Age could be Lucius Fox.
Yeah,
Lucius?
Yeah. Lucius Fox next year. Are we going Batman theme? I'll be Azazel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Aid be Lucius Fox.
Hey.
I'm gonna get in shape and be Bane, Black Bane.
Black Bane. All right. Black Bane right here. You know what I'm saying?
Black Bane. You know what I mean? Be Black Bane. I can also see like Age being Lucius Fox, you're Zazel, and then for some reason I can see Andre being Red Hood.
Yeah.
I see that. That's fair.
The only person around here who rides a motorcycle, so yeah, I guess that works.
Black Bane.
Well, I had an idea too, like maybe go to some of these comic conventions and we could throw a hip hop show there where we just perform.
Why not? Turn that shit up.
Yeah, I was gonna see you guys want to do Crunchyroll Festival or a Fanime next year.
I'm with it. If we can get up in the door, I'm there. I love anime shit. I love comics and shit.
I need the right people to do it with. Did anybody watch that Shenmue show?
Shenmue show?
Yeah, there's a Shenmue anime. I've never got to watch it. You have to like watch it on Adult Swim, but I don't have cable. I just do shit offline. But they also have Crunchyroll, but I don't want to sign up for Crunchyroll.
That's how we did though.
Crunchyroll ass.
Crunchyroll is ass, but it's still free. I can give you a link.
Is it free?
Yes, Crunchyroll is free.
I didn't know that. I thought it was $14 a month.
Nah, you can watch it for free with ads. And look, the ads is not that bad, bro. The ads is not that bad. I mean, some shows you have to pay for. Depends on if new shit, super exclusive shit, they might make you pay for. But most of the shit, you can watch it for free. And if it's not on Crunchyroll, it's on fucking Funimation. And if it ain't on either one of those, like I said, I got you, dog.
Yeah, you got Jujutsu Kaisen. I've not watched that shit yet.
I got it. Yes, I do.
Everybody's telling me to watch
Whatever you need,
that
bro.
shit, and I have not watched it. And I have not finished My Hero Academia either.
Got that too.
I need to watch that shit. I only watch half of that shit.
That shit shows lit.
It was alright. That was alright. It was cool. I like it. It was cool. It was a fun anime. I don't know.
All the hood niggas love that show. I don't know what it is about that show. You would think hood niggas not like that show. Hood niggas like that show.
It's because he be Deku kicking ass, man, and fucking Yu Yu Hakusho is all about friendship. All about riding with your homies, man. Yu Yu Hakusho was all about that shit. Hey, what we doing? Ride the show. We fighting in Dark Tournament. Let's do it. Done.
So what's the horror movie y'all watching this year and shit like that? The only horror movie I'm watching this year is other niggas paying fucking child support because I have no fucking kids.
Wow.
Damn. Oh my god. Wow.
Wow, that's funny.
Damn, he said the only horror movie I'm watching is Child. Damn, wow. Oh,
kids. Luckily.
Horrible. God damn, he said, well, wow.
And Bing Bong.
Bing Bong.
So, like, what y'all watching right now? I've been on that Andor show. That show's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Because most Star Wars shit sucked. Obi-Wan sucked. Fucking Book of Boba Fett sucked even worse.
Yeah, that's
I mean, Mandalorian was good. I thought the first season was alright, and then the second season was pretty good. I think the third season is gonna be pretty good if they don't do too much. But the Andor show is pretty good. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. That last episode was kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie.
It's fine though.
Check it out. Check it out. I haven't seen it.
I'm not even Star Wars like that because everybody's in Star Wars like that. I love all that shit. I even like Star Trek, but I don't like where Star Trek's going, so I don't watch that shit.
Yeah, see, I feel that same way about Star Wars. To be honest, I like the Legends lore in Star Wars.
I don't. Yeah, me too. Real talk, Star Wars kind of going in a bad direction, but like I just like the kind of theme more, so I stick with it. I don't know why I keep torturing me watching these fucking shows, but I just keep doing it. But I don't know why.
You know, I don't even really watch it much no more.
Ironically, I'm not willing to torture myself with Star Trek. Ironically.
No, that's a step too far.
Yeah, I'm not torturing myself with that, but I torture myself with that and some of the Marvel shit.
I feel it. Yo, Butch, what is one of your favorite horror movies? And then after that, we'll slide up out of here.
Silence of the Lambs. That movie scared the fuck out of me when I was a fucking kid and shit like that. That and Hostel are two of the scariest movies I've ever fucking seen in my life. Hostel, you're talking. I
Hostel, oh my god, bro, it was too real.
Hostel was nuts.
It was too real. It was too possible.
You want to know what makes Hannibal Lecter so scary? Is because like, you know, like you see like Freddy, Jason, you know, Michael Myers, Chucky. You're gonna know the one. Hannibal Lecter could be like your neighbor. Hannibal Lecter could be your boss, could be your friend. Invite you over for some drinks, and now he's fucking eating your liver.
Yeah, right. Actual niggas have actually done that, and that's actually a nigga's neighbor.
That's crazy.
Funny story. My parents told me that when I was a kid, because my parents are like film people, so like they love watching movies. But my mom and my dad would watch crazy ass movies, and they wouldn't care if I was there. Yeah, I mean, I done seen like The Cell when I was like a little ass kid, all that other shit. You know what I mean? So like, but that's why I'm much of a film buff now. But like, I don't know, like Silence of the Lambs for some reason stuck with me. So my dad used to pick on me, and he used to be like, if you don't do your homework, I'm gonna eat your fucking liver with fava beans and a nice canteen.
Oh shit!
Wow.
And you know what? That got me through fucking college. So
hey, look, sometimes, bro. Sometimes
it be the little shit.
Yeah, you just gotta let them know.
That used to scare the fuck out of me, dude. Like, I swear to God, like Hannibal Lecter, bro. That nigga was scary to me because, oh my God, that guy was so fucking scary to me. You know what I mean? Like in Buffalo Bill too. But I feel like even Buffalo Bill is like a nigga that you can see. Like, I don't know about that motherfucker, but he might just come and club you while you're like taking a shit or something. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like, but Hannibal Lecter, like. That could be like the type of nigga that's like, bro, you a solid ass nigga. I'll fuck with you, bro. Hey, you want to come over for some drinks? Yeah, I'll come over for some drinks. Now you're fucking dead.
Right.
That's
whole ass dead boy. Now you a sandwich.
Yes. Like, bro, my nigga Lecter, bro, my nigga Hannibal Lecter, bro, that nigga
was smart, bro.
Bro, yeah, I was broke the other day. That nigga shot me like $20, nigga, for a sandwich, nigga, and he was like, bro, make sure you get that tongue, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, now lengua, bro, that shit was bomb, nigga. I'm trying to tell you, this nigga told me come over next week for some drinks and shit like that. Now you disappearing.
Oh,
yeah.
Jeez.
I'd be mad as fuck.
Yeah, you feel me? That's some scary shit. You know what I mean? That's scary because like cats like Ed Gein and Jeffrey Dahmer are based off those two people.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yep. Real niggas in real life who really do that shit. That's crazy as fuck.
Like that Dahmer shit, like that Jeffrey Dahmer shit. Yeah, bro, it's wild, bro. Be safe out there tonight, y'all.
Yeah, man said I really like meat.
Yeah, yo, it's like, what the fuck, dog?
I really like meat.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
You know,
that's sick.
That is sick.
Final
that
one.
shit.
Shit.
Another one. Fucking When Mars Attacks.
Oh yeah, Mars Attacks.
That movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even though that's a funny one, that shit. And also, hey, first off, shout out to video games. Shout out to those two black kids who saved the day. All right. First off, video games and black kids and music saved the day. So there you go. Bam.
Yes. Bing bong.
All right, yeah. Final thoughts. Let's throw some more horror movies in the pot. And look, we can add horror video games in there too.
Okay, I'll start off. Then I'll give you my top 3 favorite horror video game franchises. Okay, number 1, Doom. Number 2, Resident Evil. Number 3, Dead Space, which they are about to release.
Good selection.
I'm gonna give you one honorable mention: the scariest fucking video game ever, Fatal Frame. That's it. And then hit me up on Twitter, Noir King R6. And I got a new catchphrase, but you'll have to follow me to hear it. Haha.
Well, I like this guy. This guy is pretty creative, bro. I fuck with this guy. I like this guy. This guy's pretty cool. Hey, bro, me and this guy be having detailed things. This guy just went on a whole hour rant about how fucking DC is just Batman now.
Yeah, we just had that conversation how DC sucks.
But
it does, but it's hard because I'm sorry, like most DC superheroes kind of suck, but they have some of the greatest, like, deepest stories, like the Sandman, and then they had that 24 Hours with Dr. D. Like, I remember I read that in college, and that shit blew my fucking mind and shit. You know what I mean? Like the shit that he did in that diner and Dreamstone and shit like that. And it's crazy because Dr. Destiny, you see that shit a lot, where Batman fought Dr. Destiny and shit like that. And you just get basically Freddy Krueger of fucking DC and shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, and you have Watchmen. You know what I mean? My favorite character is Ozymandias too. I thought Ozymandias was sick. That's my favorite character, Watchmen. Ozymandias. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Hands down, that nigga's genius, smart man. You know what I mean? Like, so underrated. He's the good guy and the bad guy. And you know what I mean? His whole fucking origin story is just sick. You know what I mean? But DC has a lot of dope shit. It's just DC is just, they're trying to keep up with MCU, and you need to just let that be that. Like, real talk, DC doesn't need to have an extended universe. You need to just sit there and just focus on each character, and then if you want to have something where they all come together, do it.
Yeah, that would be better. They're better doing it anyways.
Yeah, real talk, they could have sat on Christian Bale and had fucking Henry Cavill and Christian Bale fucking whooping ass together.
Fucking nice.
You feel me?
Christian Bale's my favorite Batman. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
All they had to do. This is how it did it. Like, Man of Steel was perfect. Leave it exactly how it is. I would follow into, like, the second movie would be about the world not trusting Superman and people trying to challenge him and shit like that. And you have certain things, and the main character, bad guy, is Lex Luthor, played by the fucking Rock. You know what I mean? And fucking his whole thing is he wants to beat fucking, you know what I mean, Superman. He does a thing where he, like, almost kills Lois and shit like that, and this fool has to fucking, like, decide and shit like that to be a good person or a bad person and shit like that. And the third episode would have been fucking the death of Superman, Doomsday, where it's kind of the same structure as Dark Knight, but that's all you really have to do. That's all real talk. That's all motherfuckers really wanted. You just wanted the Nolanized version of fucking Superman. That's all we wanted, bro. And they fucked it up. And Henry Cavill was
Superman Snyder cut. Come on, bro. Give it to me.
And Henry Cavill was perfect. He was perfect. He's the best Superman we've had. He's so perfect. He's so perfect. I'm sorry, like he's better than all of them. He's just perfect, bro.
They brought him back.
Yeah, they should. I can't see nobody else, bro. Like, come on, man. He even acts the same way he did in fucking like. Man, he's just so good, bro. He's perfect. There's nobody else that can. I don't know, man. I don't know. I fuck with bro. My nigga Henry, shout out to my nigga Henry Cavill, bro. They want that nigga to play Dr. Doom. That nigga should play Doom or Cyclops.
Yeah, he can be a Cyclops. I think.
If he does the same thing he did with combined with Superman, the same thing he did in fucking Mission Impossible. Those two together, he has a hard fucking aspect that he had in fucking Mission Impossible, and then combines it with that good boy shit of Superman, he can be fucking Cyclops, bro.
Yeah, he could be. He'll make a good Cyclops. Age. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Thank you for Black Man Meet. It's been a dope show. Shit. Oh, what about the horror video game Manhunter?
Yeah, man.
Oh, that game was tight.
Manhunt.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah, that game was sick.
That game is hella like super. Ro has it. Don't you have it, Ro?
Yep, I still got the PS2 copy of it.
Wow. So you can sell that shit for a bundle.
I'm gonna keep it though.
Yo, you know, Manhunt and fucking Bully and Grand Theft Auto are all connected.
Yep.
I can see that. I can see that.
By
the same people.
How are they connected?
Yeah, well, because like put it this way, so there's a city. Since the city in Manhunt is called Carcer City, right? And so like there's a thing in Grand Theft Auto 5 where Michael talks about doing a bank robbery job, and he says, "I fucking did a job in Carcer City as one of my first jobs."
I can see that.
Yep.
I can see that. That's dope.
And then Bully too. That's crazy. I never played Bully. I played all of them except for Bully, so I'm actually gonna go back and play that. And then there's some references in there. I forgot what it was, but there's a reference to the city, that city, and that.
Okay.
The only one that might not be connected is Red Dead Redemption, but yeah, I heard there's a connection to that too. I just haven't figured it out.
John Marston is like the ancestor. He's one of the ancestral picks you can have in your character if you played through the original Red Dead Redemption. Like if you had a Red Dead account back in Red Dead 1 and you signed into the social club, then you get the John Marston skin.
That's right.
So technically he is a ancestor of a character that randomly walks around in the game. You guys gotta find him.
Yeah. I feel like Grand Theft Auto should do more cities though. They need to go back to London, but they should do the Dirty South. They should do Atlanta, and they should do Atlanta. That's right.
Okay.
I think they should do Atlanta. That'd be tight. They did Atlanta.
Well, they do Vice City again next. I'm telling you right now, you guys gotta find
that's gonna be dope though. I can tell. I heard it's gonna be like more like Red Dead Redemption, which is gonna be a nicer feel. So like Grand Theft Auto is cool, but for some reason Red Dead Redemption, they got it right. It's like kind of a little bit more personal and a little intricate, and I think that they're gonna do a good job with that. I think they should do Atlanta.
Yeah, I believe that. Bro, final thoughts?
Yeah, I was gonna say Manhunt, but he already said it, and I was gonna say Silent Hill.
Yeah, Silent Hill is classic.
Yeah,
that was dope.
Yeah. You see a new trailer for the new Silent Hill 2 remake?
Ooh, no.
Look that up. They're doing the Silent Hill 2 remake. I'm gonna cop that. I haven't played Silent Hill in fucking years. I don't know if you remember. Very similar. You remember that thing called Siren 2? That was also good too. Siren. I was gonna say Silent Hill. Japanese one.
I've heard of Siren.
Yeah.
Siren was pretty scary.
Fear was good.
Siren was good.
Hey man, Eternal Darkness, bro, on the
Eternal
game.
Darkness. But like, I'm gonna hit y'all with a underrated one. That Thing. That game was scary as fuck.
The game?
Yes,
I couldn't
bro.
get into it. It was
You know what? Wasn't that the one where you had to do everything like in a certain amount of time?
Yeah, you had to like guess and like it was weird. It was weird.
Yeah, right.
It was
like,
kind of
like
you had
niggas
to
could
do it
could actually be the thing, and you had to figure out which one it was.
The movie was good. The movie was real good.
Yeah.
What about Dark Souls?
Oh, yeah, Dark Souls is good.
Yeah, that was good.
I think
too.
the Dark Souls was scary because it was hard.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it was like brutal.
Yeah,
You got unlimited lives.
You kind of say a little bit too Metal Gear Solid, a little bit. Real talk, those bosses are scary, bro. Like you look this motherfucker.
Especially like Metal Gear Solid 4.
Metal Gear Solid got it right because they were like have some crazy ass shit that they show you. And you're like, I gotta fight this nigga.
Right, but then it's like you don't even fight that nigga. It's just like, damn,
sometimes
bro.
you don't even fight them, and then sometimes you do fight them. And at first they seem hella hard, but they give you a way to figure it out, so it's actually not that hard. Like he's very smart about that because it's like it makes you feel like you can do it, and you just overcame some crazy ass shit. Because I remember sometimes you would see people when they're like psychomantic, you be like, I don't want to fight this nigga.
Right, fucking vamp. It's like nigga, come back, bro. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
BDSM gear and a fucking gas mask. I don't want to fight this nigga. It's
Nah,
not
bro.
weird enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking Bogan. It's like this nigga just turned into a tank, bro.
Fuck all that. Yeah.
And,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say Vamp's probably one of my favorite characters in Metal Gear. Underrated.
Yeah.
That was, and also he was voiced by Phil Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah. Black Guy.
Well, look, y'all already know what it is, man. Black Man Meat. Come back next week.
We'll be here.
Y'all take care and stay blessed.
Chicken sandwich.
Happy holiday, y'all. Happy Halloween. Be safe out there, y'all.
Voiced by Phil Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah. Black Guy.
Y'all already know what it is, man. Black Man Meat. Come back next week.
We'll be here.
Take care and stay blessed.
Chicken sandwich.
Happy holiday, y'all. Happy Halloween.